Hi, welcome. My name is Courtney, and I'm going to be talking to you today about two separate things squished into one presentation. So I'll try and tie them together as best I can. So first, I'm going to be talking about a MOOC that we're creating, which is Internet 101 curriculum for students, and then also talking about the digital citizenship and web literacy curriculum that we've been developing with iKeepSafe. So a little bit about me. Before I came to Google, I did Teach for America. I was a middle school teacher. And at Google, my role is a content and user education specialist, and I work on all of Google's knowledge products. So search, trends, alerts, finance, and translation. So afterwards, if you have questions about how to use any of those products, let me know. Some of you heard the 20% talk that was earlier today. So in my 20% time at Google, I'm a MOOC content contributor. So I've worked on the power searching MOOC. We're working on Internet 101, which I'm going to preview for you today, and then some MOOCs that are coming in the future, including digital literacy. And then I also run the social media for the Google Science Fair. So if you have questions about that, let me know. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is web literacy, and we're calling it Internet 101. So we've worked in collaboration with Google's Good to Know team. So some of you may have seen Google's Good to Know site. It has tips and tricks about how to use the web, basic terminology that you might need to know. So we partnered with them and some Google certified teachers, and we've created a MOOC that's going to be live coming soon, hopefully before the school year starts. So when you log in and you access the MOOC from the Google EDU website, this is what you'll see. Here's a description of our class and a preview of one of the videos. So who should take this course? What's the great audience for it? And what are you going to get out of it? This is really intended for teachers and administrators, students, parents, grandparents, basically anyone who's new to the web or computers, or someone who isn't new and thinks that they know how the internet works, but maybe needs a refresher or maybe relearning some of those concepts that they think they already know. It's also great for people who want a simple way of explaining technical concepts to students, so things like what is open source or Wi-Fi, or how does internet get to my phone? And then some of the benefits, it is a MOOC, so it's self-directed, so you can take any of the courses within the class at any time in any order. And then it can be taught in a classroom, so you could present this with your students, or also students could take it themselves. And then it really enables students with the tools and vocabulary they need to navigate the web, understanding what certain things are, like browsers, how to use tabs, all that kind of stuff. So here's the course structure. So inside of the class, we have multiple units, and each unit has up to six lessons inside of it. So you'll see we have the first unit is getting online, then finding information, and then connecting and sharing. And in between each of these units, there's an assessment and then a course final. So you could use this assessment for your students. You're not needing to create anything else. It's kind of a package deal. They can do the entire curriculum independently. And then within each lesson, there's a video, there's a tip section, and activities. So if any of you have seen the power searching class before, it follows that same structure. And I'm going to preview what that looks like. So here's our structure for Unit 1. So you'll see we have 6 lessons here. So first one is just what is the internet, then how do you connect, how does the internet get to my phone, what is a browser, what is a URL, and how do I use tabs. So inside of each of these, there's a video, there's an activity, and some tips for students. So here's an example of one of our lessons, which is what is search and how does it work. You may have seen this video before from Matt Cutts, how search works. It's a great 3-minute overview that really describes what the process is like behind the scenes when you do a search on Google. So first you would watch the video, and then there's a section at the top where it has tips, so kind of driving home the key concepts from the video and also including anything else we thought it was important that might not have been in the video already. And then at the bottom of the page, students will have questions that they can check the answers to. These are just really quick assessment questions. They can check their answers. They can try the questions as many times as they want. And it's not until they take the unit assessment and the final that they actually have to complete it independently. So that's a quick overview of the MOOC that we're creating. There's more MOOCs coming. This is just a preview for you guys. We don't know the exact date, but they'll all be online. They'll all be free. Teachers, students, anyone can register and take them. So the other piece that I wanted to talk to you about is the digital literacy and citizenship curriculum that we've developed. It went live yesterday, so it's available for download now. So this was created with Google's Good to Know team, iKeepSafe.org, and Google Certified Teachers. So we partnered together to create a digital literacy curriculum. And through this curriculum, students will learn how to evaluate online sources, know how to protect themselves on the web, have some tips that they can use, thinking before they share. So we're talking a lot about posting and what's the impact of posting on social media. And then just tips for becoming good digital citizens. So what does it mean to be a positive contributor to the web? So this curriculum is intended for 6th through 12th grade students. In the curriculum, you'll see that our intended audience is listed as middle school, but as teachers, you know how to differentiate to accelerate the curriculum or maybe make it more basic for your students. And it's, again, a whole package deal, so everything is included. Pre- and post-assessments, vocabulary, essential questions, the activities. There's a teacher handbook with everything that you should say and do with your students, and then there's accompanying student workbooks with all the worksheets and handouts that they would need to use. And again, what students are going to walk away with, why is it important to stay safe online, how to be a positive contributor, and some ways to decipher the credibility of sources. So when they find sources online, how do they know if this is a legitimate source? Some of the lessons include videos and include online components, which is great if you have technology in your classroom, but if you don't, there are accommodations given. So if you don't have computers and you can't project in your classroom, there's alternatives given to you of how you might want to teach the lesson. So I'm going to give a super quick overview. Oh, and you can't see that, but I'll tell it to you what it says. So the class has 3 different parts. The first class is becoming an online sleuth. So why is it important to be alert and to check sources while you're online? So students at the end of this lesson walk away with criteria that they can use to evaluate the credibility of content that they find online. So if I see a site, what are some things that I should look for to know that this is a legitimate or not legitimate site? The second course is called Managing Your Digital Footprint. So there's 3 parts to this course. So 1, what does it mean to be an online citizen? How do you create and maintain a positive reputation? And then how to explore the internet in a safe way. So inside of this class are 3 mini lessons that you can run. They're each about 15 minutes long, and they do stand alone, so you could do all of them at once, or you could separate them out. So first, protect your stuff, then be respectful to yourself and others, and then being street smart online. And then class 3 is identifying tricks and scams online, so giving students the tools to notice when they might be tricked. So students, we find, click on almost anything that they find, especially if they search for something, they think that whatever sites they see are legitimate. So understanding things like malware or ads and how they're different from search results. Also, when you put your information into a site online, we see students do things like they're really excited to earn money by doing surveys online because they learned from a website that they can input their personal information and then they can take surveys and get paid to be browsing the internet. So being able to teach students when it's okay to be sharing your personal information and when it's safe and when it's not safe to share that. And then just some best practices of conducting yourself online. That was my super brief overview because I wanted to leave time for you guys to ask questions of the curriculum, for both the Internet 101 and digital literacy, but I did want to give you some sites that I recommend. Stay tuned for MOOCs coming soon, so massive open online courses, anyone can register and take them. They're going to be free and they're going to run continually throughout the school year. So those will be coming to google.com/edu. If you want to download the digital literacy and citizenship curriculum, it's already available and it's at google.com/goodtoknow. Then just plugs for the other things that I work on. If you want to learn more about the science fair, we will have one of our science fair winners here talking later today. But you can also visit our page, plus.google.com/Google Science Fair. And then my day job, learning about search. So if you have any questions about using search or technical problems that you're having, support.google.com/websearch.